Hello everyone, I'm Marotta and welcome to Big East Women's Basketball Rewind, where I take you through what happened in conference play this week. Let's start with the number one team in the land. He celebrated their seniors this week, the UConn Huskies. They went 2-0 again, remaining undefeated, but they had a tough one against Villanova Wildcats earlier in the week. They had to face Jasmine Bosco and Danae Carter, who are playing very well for Villanova. They are second in the league right now, and they played UConn closer than any team really in the Big East and in the nation has played them all year long. The Villanova Wildcats led at halftime. UConn talked things over and had a fantastic third quarter, beating Villanova 26-12. Sarah Strong had early foul trouble, but continued with a great game. She had 21 points and 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 steals, just doing everything on the stat sheet. AZ Fudd also coming alive with 25 points and going 5 of 6 from the three-point line. UConn turned things around, really relying on their defense. They forced 26 turnovers and converted that into 28 points off Villanova's mistakes. After coming back and winning that game, UConn then went home to Connecticut and celebrated their seniors against a win versus Providence, a big-time win where they relied again on their defensive pressure, just suffocating the Providence Friars, forcing 39 turnovers in that game, nearly 40 turnovers that they forced Providence to make. An incredible defensive effort and a great celebratory moment for the seniors of the UConn Huskies. I want to go back and talk about the Villanova Wildcats because they had a great game against UConn and then completed a strong week with a huge win over Marquette Golden Eagles. Villanova always shows out at home. They beat Marquette 64-39. Jasmine Bosco had 18 points and 7 assists. Both teams did not shoot it well from the three-point line, but Villanova did their damage inside the paint. They took care of the basketball and executed offensively. A great week for the second team in the league. The Creighton Blue Jays only had one game this week and they were satisfied. They beat Butler 67-58. Grace Buffelli leading the way for Creighton with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Creighton led by 21 points at one point in the game, having a fantastic second quarter that made it difficult for Butler to come back. Butler did have a chance to redeem itself, and it did just that. They went out to Washington, D.C. and defeated the Georgetown Hoyas after a big second half from Butler Bulldogs. Anna Wypich had 13 points off the bench, and Butler in total 33 points off the bench, a huge spark for the Bulldogs. Butler did a great job defending the three-point line as Georgetown only went 1 of 16 from beyond the arc. Butler was relentless in pulling out this victory. Georgetown, however, did have a win this week versus St. John's in Queens, a tight game, a 62-60 victory for the Hoyas. Brianna Scott had a massive performance with 22 points, going 4 of 6 from the three-point line. The game was back and forth, with Georgetown leading in the first, second, and third quarter, but that fourth quarter became a little bit more of a battle. St. John's was up by 5 with less than 4 minutes of play, but Georgetown continued to fight, getting to the free throw line, having offensive rebounds, and finishing inside the paint. Georgetown took back the lead with 23 seconds to play. A big block by Brianna Scott and some relentless Georgetown defense sealed the deal for the Hoyas. Later in the week, St. John's had another tight game, but this one they came up on top. They faced Seton Hall on the road and won by 3 points, 59-56. The Johnnies making a big statement this year, going 2-0 on the Seton Hall Pirates. Danielle Abies posted a strong double-double with 12 points and 19 rebounds. The rebounding battle was a huge difference maker in this game. St. John's finished +9 on the boards. Despite Seton Hall taking care of the basketball, they could not execute offensively, with the Johnnies making it difficult inside the paint. DePaul responded after a loss versus Providence early in the week. They then went on to beat Xavier 76-67. DePaul had a pretty slow start but woke up in that second quarter. They've relied heavily on Kate Novak all season long. She showed out again with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Michelle Ojo also had a big night with 15 points and 7 rebounds. DePaul got to the free throw line 16 times and had 26 points off of Xavier's 15 turnovers. Big East Conference play is coming to an end, and there have been some tough battles this week. Can't wait to see what happens next week. I will be back for more.